We are also nearing another milestone. It's been almost 6 months since Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and the war is entering a dramatic new phase. Our Charlie D'Agata reports from the southeastern region of Ukraine.
Ukraine's artillery and missile barrages this week continue to exact a heavy toll on Russian forces. Yet nearly 6 months into the invasion, the offensive grinds on. Ukrainian territory, towns, cities we visited in eastern Donbass region back in April is now firmly under Russian occupation. But this week, the war entered a dramatic new phase in the south, and the series of explosions at the Russian airbase in Crimea is just one part of it. It comes as Ukrainian forces prepare for a major counterattack to recapture Kherson province. In a frontline position we're not allowed to identify, combat medic Serhiy Zaitsev said he's seen horrific injuries as the Russians have stepped up shelling. The Ukrainian counteroffensive is already underway, he says, yesterday, today, tomorrow, and that hit on the airfield in Crimea is a clear statement to Russians that we can get you. And the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant sits on the very edge of the front line. Under Russian control since the early days of the war, it's now become a battleground, with Ukraine accusing Russian forces of using it as a shield to launch attacks. Yesterday, we visited the towns of Marhanets and Nikopol, just across the river from the plant, which have come under heavy nightly bombardment. This is just one apartment destroyed in the bombardment. Residents here tell us they only have about 7 seconds from the time of launch at the nuclear power plant to impact. No time for an air raid siren, no time to take shelter. Deputy Mayor of Nikopol, Natalia Horbaly, told us shells start raining down in the early hours. Do you believe that these attacks are coming from the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant? At that range, the maximum is around 10 miles from us. G7 nations have called on Moscow to withdraw its forces in order to avoid a nuclear catastrophe. But nobody is giving ground here as both sides double down for the battle to come.
Ezekiel 38:4, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. Okay, this is talking about Russia, which is Gog and Magog according to the Bible. And I will bring thee forth and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. You can read that here. Starting verse 1, and the word of Yahweh Shemeshai came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus said the Lord Yahweh Shemeshai, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. Okay, verse 5. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet, Gomer, which is Turkey, and all his bands, the house of Togarmah of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. Okay, because nations don't consider, okay, that this truth is still here in this earth, going out to the four corners of the earth. Okay, let me get that real quick. Wait. Come, because in the end they will all be together against Israel. And let's get what happens real quick. Verse 8. After many days thou shalt be visited. In the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste. But it is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them, you see. Come. Because there are Israelites in Russia, of course. And all these nations, they basically make war, but for who? Okay, exactly, for their nation. And this is a nation thing about the hopeful elect 144,000, okay? Hopeful elect that were chosen, okay? None of them chose Yahweh. They were chosen by Yahweh to bring forth fruit, okay? So the really important thing is not to make war. Our war is anyway not against flesh and blood, but against evil spirits in high places, if you don't know the scripture. It is the spiritual fight bringing forth fruit, like I do with this video, for example. Okay. You see, verse 3, okay, Revelation 7 and 3, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads, you see. Verse 4, and I heard the number of them which were sealed, and they were sealed in 144, and 4,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. See. Okay. Come. So with that, all praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Shai, Hashem, Kirkodash, Barakatuh. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, you know, of course, subscribe to that channel, that news channel. Okay, you should have as many channels as possible when it comes to news. Okay, of course, the first news, which is the Brotherhood of GMS. You see, you know, Shalom.